All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Heartland Championship Wrestling. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave with action from Patriot Championship Wrestling, brought to you by the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. It has been a couple of weeks since we have been online, and it is good to see you back. Neil Lau, first in line in the chat room. Last week, of course, I was out of town in Denver having a magnificent time at Play.con 2024, which featured a variety of sports games. And I intend to do a recap of that on the channel one of these nights, just to reflect on my experiences at Play.con 24. And also give an overview of what that weekend experience is like. So we took a week off from the Heartland and spent some time out in Denver with a number of magnificent games, and more important, a number of magnificent gamers. As we say hello to Derek Bauman in the chat room. And of course, yesterday back in town, but had some family in for the day from out of town, and so postponed things until today for our broadcast for the weekend wrestling. And this, of course, was also the weekend for Galacticon 2024 up in Jamestown, New York. I unfortunately was unable to attend Galacticon this year. I try to make it most years, but the proximity to Play.con last weekend, and also some travel plans I have coming up later in the summer, kind of precluded me from skipping town back-to-back weekends. So I did miss the Galacticon excitement. We'll look forward to a full report from folks that were able to attend Galacticon this year. And I did miss out on that occasion, but yeah, you can't be every place all of the time, and it is great to be back here in the Dave Cave with action tonight on the channel. We will have three tremendous matches in our broadcast tonight, all of which have championship implications in some form or fashion. We are with Patriot Championship Wrestling in the great city of Philadelphia, at the Philadelphia Spectrum, where lots of old school wrestling took place, largely featuring the WWE. Actually, back in the day, the WWF did a lot of business at the Philadelphia Spectrum, and it is great to be there. We will have three matches tonight. Your main event, you already see the competitors on the screen. It will be for the Patriot Heavyweight Championship in a rematch, as the new champion superstar Graham meets the former champion Ravishing Rick Rude for the title in tonight's main event. Also tonight we will see a number one contenders match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship as Ric Flair takes on Bobo Brazil. Of course, we saw Ric Flair lose the title to Barry Windham, and now Windham needs a number one contender. The Heartland rules clearly indicate that you do not lose a world championship and immediately get back into the world championship hunt. You got to win a number one contenders match. And Bobo Brazil is the next man up for Flair to defeat if Flair wants to get a rematch against Barry Windham. Bobo will be accompanied tonight by Dusty Rhodes, who will be watching his back, as Flair with Bobby Heenan and the Heenan family. You never know what Flair is going to be up to. So Dusty Rhodes is here to hopefully keep the peace and watch Bobo's back as Bobo attempts to qualify for a World Heavyweight Championship match. And to start things off tonight, we will have a best 2 out of 3 falls matchup for the Patriot Tag Team Championship. These two teams have gone back and forth with the title a couple of times, and when that happens, it becomes the best 2 out of 3 falls to determine once and for all who will possess the given championship. And as we set things up for tonight, this will be a very exciting conclusion to this trio of matches between two very well coordinated and well loved and competitive tag teams, as it all comes to a head here in Philadelphia. We get the championship dice on the table, and we are ready for the introductions for tonight's Best 2 out of 3 Falls Tag Team Championship match. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the Patriot Tag Team Championship, and it is the best 2 out of 3 falls. Introducing first the challengers at a total combined weight of 463 pounds. From Sandy Fork, Delaware, it is Mark and Jay Briscoe, the Briscoe brothers. So Jay and Mark Briscoe coming to Philadelphia to challenge for the titles. They won the titles from the British Bulldogs. They lost them back, and they are here tonight looking for another run with the belts. But they will have their work cut out for them against their opponents, who are your reigning and defending Patriot Tag Team Champions. At a total combined weight of 469 pounds from England, introducing Dynamite Kid and Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldogs. So the British Bulldogs and the Briscoe brothers set to do battle here tonight. Best 2 out of 3 falls in Philadelphia. I don't anticipate that disqualifications will be necessary, although both these teams can certainly mix it up when they need to. But the rule is that disqualifications will nullify any title change if they happen in the final fall. But if a team gets disqualified before that, it counts as a fall against them. So to start things off, it will be the Dynamite Kid moving out against Jay Briscoe. And the opening initiative roll is going to be a tie, and that is going to take us to the wild card chart, courtesy of Face to the Mat. Brought to you by Play.com. It is Jay Briscoe, and the roll is 5-3. Is he quick? Let's see. Actually, Dynamite Kid has the quickness advantage in this matchup, and that means he is unable to get out of the way of a slingshot move, and bam, the opponent takes control. So after the initial lockup, it is Dynamite Kid hitting a slingshot on Jay Briscoe, and Dynamite Kid will take over on the offense here, and he immediately goes for a snap suplex. And boy, you talk about a thing of beauty. Dynamite Kid had one of the best snap suplexes in the business, and he put it on display right here as we open the show. And Dynamite Kid now with a gut wrench suplex up, over, and down to the canvas hard goes Jay Briscoe. Dynamite Kid, very skilled technical wrestler. Now he's coming with a diving headbutt right off the jump. This is a +2 finisher. The pin roll will be 4 or lower, and on a roll of 9, Jay is able to kick out. But Dynamite already taking control. Here comes Davey Boy, and we're going to see a double team attempted by the British Bulldogs. And on a roll of 4, it is a devastating double team move that fits the style of your tag team. A running double shoulder tackle executed by Dynamite and Davey Boy, and that is going to cost Jay Briscoe another point of fatigue. The Briscoe brothers already in trouble here, as Davey Boy is in the ring and in control, and he is going to attempt a missile drop kick. This is a choice H maneuver, choice H. So on choice H, it's either an agility roll of 6 or lower, or death jump on A with even agility. So Davey Boy is going to go for the 6 or lower. And on a roll of 9, it is Jay Briscoe able to avoid the missile drop kick. He got out of the way as Davey Boy was in the air. Davey hits hard, and Jay now takes over. And Jay is going to attempt a hard back elbow, which is a choice B maneuver, choice B, which is either an agility roll of 6 or lower or turnbuckle A. So again, he'll try for the he'll try for the turnbuckle. Much lower risk if he misses. And on a roll of 6, that is Davy Boy lifting a knee to the head of Jay Briscoe. Davy Boy back in control. Davy Boy now with a falling power slam that stuns Jay Briscoe. Jay trying to get to his feet as Davy Boy's on him. Davy Boy now with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Jay Briscoe, and on a roll of 7, it is a big kick by Davy Boy that stuns Jay Briscoe. That's going to open the door for another Bulldogs double team, and on a roll of 9, it is a deadly elbow smash delivered by Dynamite Kid off the double team. British Bulldogs maintaining control here on Jay Briscoe. And now Dynamite goes for another falling headbutt, and this time Jay Briscoe gets out of the way. Reversal for Jay Briscoe, and Jay comes back with a release spinebuster that drives Dynamite Kid into the canvas. Good reversal there by Jay Briscoe, and finally Jay is able to get out and make the tag to brother Mark. Mark coming into the ring for the first time. He is screaming and he is howling. And he is in control as he goes for the flying leg lariat, and he misses that. That's an agility move. Dynamite Kid, the most agile man in this match. And it is Dynamite Kid who comes back with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Mark Briscoe. And on a roll of 5, that is a powerful flying shoulder tackle executed by Mark Briscoe. Mark back in control on Dynamite. Mark now going for a springboard cutter. He got him down. Dynamite Kid looking to make the tag, and on a roll of 7, he is unable to get there. And Mark maintains control, and Mark now breaks out the redneck kung fu, and that is some scary stuff. Many a man has fallen victim to the redneck kung fu, and Dynamite Kid immediately goes out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And it's party time on the arena floor. Both these men are A-rated performers on the outside the ring. And on a roll of 9, it is Mark Briscoe who will win the brawl on the arena floor and slam the head of Dynamite Kid into the ring post. Wow, Mark Briscoe turned the momentum of this match, broke out that redneck kung fu, and all hell has broken loose now in Philadelphia. Mark in control. Mark goes for the cutthroat driver. This is a 0 finisher, so he will be able to pin Dynamite Kid on a roll of snake eyes. And on a roll of 6, Dynamite just able to kick out. Mark now still in control. And now the Briscoes are going to go for day 1. And that's going to be a double football tackle plus 2 finisher executed by Mark and Jay. The pin roll now is 5 or lower. And on a roll of 9, Dynamite able to kick out. That's going to open the door for a Briscoe Brothers double team. And on a roll of 5, it is a devastating double team move that fits the style of your tag team. The opponent is in trouble. Add 1 to the opponent's pin rating. And before we move on, I did make a slight miscalculation here. In a 2 of 3 fall matchup, I do allow each team a total of 3 pin saves or outside interference rolls. So let's adjust that to 3 because Dynamite Kid has now hit 3 points of fatigue, and normally that's the time when the partner will take action. Dynamite Kid is in trouble here. Jay Briscoe now the legal man in the ring after the double football tackle. And we're going to see Davy Boy come to the rescue of Dynamite Kid here momentarily as soon as I can get my chart up on the screen. Tag team interference chart. So Davy Boy hits the ring, and on a roll of 6, the referee puts the opponent's partner out of the ring, and you take advantage of the distraction. So Davy Boy is put out of the ring. That will cost his team 1 of their pin save attempts. And now Jay Briscoe is in control. That does, however, knock it back to level 2 offense. So Davy Boy was able to provide enough of a distraction that the Dynamite Kid recovered just a little bit. And now it is a flying cross body block attempted by Jay Briscoe. And it's Dynamite Kid with a level 1 reversal. So the distraction did pay off a little bit for Davy Boy as Dynamite was able to get out of the way of that move. Can Dynamite convert? He is going to go for a headbutt. This is a choice B maneuver. Choice B. So it's either an agility roll of 6 or lower or turnbuckle B. So we're going to go to the turnbuckle. And on a roll of 8, it is a big kick executed by Dynamite Kid on Jay Briscoe that stuns Jay. Davey Boy now comes in, makes the legal tag, and Davey Boy is in the ring where he belongs, and he's going to go with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Jay Briscoe, and on a roll of 11, that is a deadly specialty move executed by Davey Boy Smith. A big running power slam as Davey Boy Smith catches Jay coming off the ropes and power slams him down hard to the canvas. Davey Boy now in control. And now the Bulldogs are going to go for the double headbutt. That is an add 1 maneuver. Add 1 on the double headbutt. Jay with a chance to get out of the ring here. If he can make the defensive tag, he is not able to do so. But with 3 points of fatigue, it's now Mark's turn to hit the ring and try to, again, change the momentum in favor of the Briscoes. And on a roll of 7, all 4 wrestlers will hit the ring. And it is gut check time here in Philadelphia. Both teams at a -3 on the gut check roll. But the Briscoes have the better cage rating, so the Briscoes win the gut check roll. And it is going to be Jay Briscoe now taking over on level 3 offense after the brawl in the ring as all 4 men hit the ring. The Briscoe brothers win the brawl. And now it is Jay taking over on level 3 offense after that brawl. And Jay is going right up for day 1 again. It is going to be a slingshot lariat. This is a 0 finisher executed on Davey Boy. So the pin roll here is 3. And on a roll of 8, it's Davey Boy who is able to kick out. Jay tags out to Mark. Mark now the legal man in the ring. And Mark coming after Davey Boy, and he is going to go up for the death jump. Mark Briscoe coming off with the death jump on Davey Boy Smith. And on a roll of 4, it is Mark Briscoe climbing to the top rope only to be knocked off of the top rope and down hard to the canvas as Davey Boy was the quicker man to his feet and able to knock Mark off of the turnbuckle. Davey Boy now takes control, and Davey Boy and Dynamite now going for the Tower of London. This is their +3 finisher. So the pin roll will be 4 or lower. And on a roll of 8, Mark able to kick out. After the Tower of London, Mark's still way too fresh to fall prey to that move. Davey Boy is now tagged out to Dynamite after the tag move. Dynamite coming in and tries a hooking clothesline on Mark Briscoe, and he nailed the hooking clothesline. Mark looking to make a tag, and on a roll of 6 is able to tag out to brother Jay. Jay somewhat more fresh now as he hits the ring. All 4 men have taken some fatigue, and Jay is just going to try and stomp a mud hole in Dynamite Kid in the corner. Dynamite able to make the tag over to Davey Boy. So Davey Boy coming in off the defensive tag and is going to hit Jay Briscoe with a press slam. Quickly, he's going for the cover. The pin roll here is 5 or lower. And on a roll of 6, Jay just gets his leg over the bottom rope. And the match will continue. But Davey Boy now in control. Davey Boy is going to pitch. He is not going to pitch Jay Briscoe out of the ring. He's going to roll up instead. And it is Davey Boy now with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Jay Briscoe. And on a roll of 7, it is a running back elbow executed by Davey Boy Smith that stuns Jay Briscoe. Davey Boy still in control now, going for a headbutt, which is a choice C maneuver, choice C. So that will be a roll of 7 or lower to hit this on level 2. And on a roll of 5, it is Davey Boy who connects on the headbutt, but Jay gets the reversal right away. Not going to do much good to headbutt these Briscoe brothers. They're a couple of hard-headed individuals, and now it is Jay putting the boots to Davey Boy in the corner of the ring. Davey Boy not able to make the defensive tag. Jay is able to tag in brother Mark, who is still the fresh man in this match. and Mark comes in with an attempt unsuccessfully at a vertical suplex, a power move. Davey has the power advantage, so he powers his way out of the attempted suplex and responds with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Mark Briscoe, and on a roll of 5, it is a knee to the head delivered by Mark Briscoe that stuns Davey Boy. Mark now back in control, and Mark with a flying leg lariat hits Davey Boy right upside the head. Davey Boy able to make the defensive tag. Dynamite Kid coming into the ring. Boy, both these teams well coordinated from a tag team perspective, using their teamwork effectively. As Dynamite now comes in with a backhand chop and stuns Mark Briscoe. Dynamite follows that up with a front drop kick, and that's going to send Mark out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And here we go again. On a roll of 6, that is Mark Briscoe winning the brawl on the arena floor with a big suplex onto the concrete. Will we see a disqualification here? We will not. Mark is now the man in control, and Mark is going to go now for the finisher. And on a roll of 3, it's the double football tackle again. This is a +2 finisher. So the pin roll now is 7. And I think the Bulldogs need to use their pin save here. And on a roll of 7, they are not able to execute the pin save. And now the pin roll is in play, 7 or lower. And Dynamite Kid is pinned. And on a roll of 6, they got him. So the first fall goes to the Briscoes. As Mark Briscoe pins Dynamite Kid after a double football tackle. So Mark defeats Dynamite Kid after a double football tackle to win the first fall. And the fans here in Philadelphia are going crazy. That first fall was wild. And if the last 2 falls are anything like it, it is going to be an exciting night here in the Philadelphia Spectrum as we say hello to Kathy Evans. Welcome to Heartland Championship Wrestling here from the Dave Cave. All right, so we have a rest break, which means each man subtracts 1 point of fatigue. That'll put Davey Boy back to 0, Mark Briscoe back to 0. Dynamite Kid still sits at 3 points of fatigue, and Jay Briscoe, or Dynamite Kid at 2 points of fatigue, and Jay Briscoe at 3. And we open things up with the 2 men who closed off the previous fall. And we start with the initiative roll as Dynamite and Mark Briscoe square off, and Mark Briscoe wins the initiative roll. So Mark taken right back over with a killer enziguri. Wow, he got all of that one. And Dynamite Kid immediately goes out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And from the arena floor on a roll of 10. That is the foreign object coming into play. Mark Briscoe coming after Dynamite Kid, and he whacks him with the ring with the hammer from the ring bell. Briscoe, an unpredictable character, he will not be disqualified for that. So Dynamite Kid takes a whack to the noggin with the bell hammer, and now Mark is back in control, and he is going to keep things out of the ring and on the arena floor. The Briscoes unleashing their uncontrolled mayhem. There will not be shenanigans here, as Dynamite will roll on the standard chart, and on a roll of 6, this time it is Dynamite Kid with a clean win, and Dynamite Kid rams the back of Mark Briscoe into the ring apron. We will not see Dynamite disqualified here, but he is back in control, and as they come back into the ring, it's a hooking clothesline delivered by Dynamite Kid that stuns Mark Briscoe. Mark and Dynamite duking it out here. Dynamite back in control. And it is Dynamite Kid with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Mark Briscoe, and on a roll of 5, it is Briscoe with a powerful flying shoulder tackle that stuns Dynamite Kid. Mark back in control, and Mark coming back at him with a senton splash, but Dynamite Kid gets out of the way of that one on the reversal. And Dynamite hits a front drop kick that sends Mark Briscoe down to the canvas. Mark Briscoe is down. Dynamite Kid is going to go for the diving headbutt. This is a +2 finisher. The pin roll here 3 or lower, and on a roll of 11, Mark easily kicks out of that. But Dynamite Kid is back in control. Here comes Davey into the ring. It is double team time for the BRISCOE brothers, and on a roll of 6. That is a bone-crunching double clothesline delivered by the Bulldogs that puts Mark Briscoe right back down onto the canvas. Davey Boy now in control. Davey Boy is not going to let Mark Briscoe escape the ring. Davey Boy only a B-rated performer on the arena floor. And instead, it is Davey Boy with a running drop kick. And Mark Briscoe able to avoid the running drop kick. And it is Mark Briscoe who comes back with a double flapjack, sending Davey Boy smashing face first into the canvas. That is a tag move, and so that makes Jay the legal man in the ring. Jay in control. And now they go for a high elevation hip toss, another double team maneuver that puts Davey Boy back down onto the canvas. BRISCOE brothers now with an opportunity to double team, and on a roll of 8, it is a deadly running elbow smash delivered by Mark Briscoe. The BRISCOE brothers have the momentum here as Mark Briscoe comes back with a springboard cutter, and that puts Davey Boy down. And Davey Boy is in trouble here. What is Mark Briscoe going to do now? He is going to go up for the death jump. This didn't work for Mark the first time, and this time on a roll of 3, it ain't going to work again, as Mark Briscoe comes off the ring with an awesome cross body block, but Davey Boy counters with a specialty move, another power slam delivered by Davey Boy. Davey Boy going for the cover. The pin roll here will be Snake Eyes, and on a roll of 3, Mark barely kicked out. Wow! Davey Boy almost took the fall with that power slam out of the death jump. And Davey Boy is now in control, and Mark is down. And Davey Boy and Dynamite are going to go for the Tower of London. This is a +3 finisher. The pin roll now 6 or lower. And I do think the Briscoes are going to try to make the save. And on a roll of 8, the save attempt is unsuccessful. And on a roll of 10, Mark is able to kick out. Mark able to kick out after the Tower of London for the second time. But he is in trouble here as Dynamite Kid now the legal man in the ring. And it is Dynamite going for the diving headbutt. He's going to go right for another finisher. This is a +2 finisher. The pin roll is 6. And on a roll of 10, Mark able to kick out again. But that diving headbutt has busted open a cut on the head of Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe has been busted open. Dynamite Kid is staying on him, and out of the ring we go again. Down to the arena floor goes the battle, and on a roll of 10, this time it is Dynamite, risking disqualification by hitting Mark Briscoe with a boot. A literal boot to the head. Will we see a disqualification here? No, we will not. Dynamite Kid still in control. And now it's a big superplex executed by Dynamite. And Mark is going back out of the ring. Out of the ring we go again. Will we see shenanigans? No. As Mark is out of the ring, and on a roll of 4, it is Mark who wins the brawl on the arena floor with an Irish whip into the ring barricade. Dynamite Kid slams hard into the steel security ring railing. And Mark now has taken control. And Mark is coming up. He is going to go, let's see, roll up or stay out of the ring. Let's stay out of the ring. Mark's got nothing to lose. And on a roll of 3, this time it is Dynamite who wins the brawl and drops Mark stomach first across the security railing. Both these men are duking it out on the ring, and now out of the ring. And now as action comes back to the ring, it's Dynamite Kid with a hooking clothesline. And Mark not able to make the tag to his partner. Dynamite is going to be on level 3 offense, and out of the ring we go again. Wow, action just keeps spilling out to the arena floor. Will we see shenanigans here? We will not. Mark Briscoe on the arena floor is going to force to be crawled back in with that helpless crawl back into the ring, and now it is the Bulldogs with an opportunity for a double team. And on a roll of 3, it is a deadly face-first double suplex. Pin attempt here, and the pin roll will be 5 or lower. And on a roll of 7, Mark able to kick out again. Mark busted open, but fighting with everything he's got to keep the Briscoes in this match as Davey Boy is now in control. They go for the Tower of London. This is a +3 tag finisher. Pin roll here 9 or lower, and on a roll of 6 they got him. And thus ends the second fall. The Briscoes choosing to save that last pin save for the final fall, as the second fall is won by Davey over Mark Briscoe with the Tower of London. So we are even at 1 fall apiece, and it is now time for the third and decisive fall with the Patriot Heavyweight or the Patriot Tag Team Championship on the line. A 30-second rest break is provided. Dynamite Kid goes down to 1 point of fatigue. Mark Briscoe down to 4. Trainer's trying to check on that cut over Mark Briscoe's face. He wants nothing to do with the trainers. As he shoves them away, he takes a towel and wipes the blood off his head, and he is ready to get back after it. But it is Davey Boy who wins the initiative on the third fall and tries for a monkey flip. Monkey flip executed by Davey Boy, and now Mark is going to make the tag to Brother Jay. Clearly the fresher of the two Briscoe brothers, and it's going to be Jay Briscoe coming in to do battle with Davey Boy Smith as this third and decisive fall gets underway, and it is Jay with stomps into the corner, stomping Davey Boy down into the neutral corner. And now a hard back elbow attempted by Jay Briscoe. That's a choice B maneuver, so we can either go turnbuckle A or agility 6 or lower. He'll try for the agility. And on a roll of 4, he hits the agility move. And it is Davey Boy who is on the defensive. Can he get over and make the tag? No. Jay Briscoe still in control here. And now it is another roll up, and now a corner clothesline delivered by Jay Briscoe. Davey Boy on the recovery, and it is Davey Boy now with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Jay Briscoe, and on a roll of 8, it is a big kick delivered by Davey Boy, keeping him in control. Davey Boy is going to follow that up with an attempt at a headbutt. He'll need 7 or lower to hit the headbutt. And on a roll of 6, he hit him. And Jay is stunned a little bit, trying to make the tag to his brother Mark. Cannot get there. Davey Boy maintains control, and Davey Boy now with a running drop kick. Again, Jay attempting to make a tag. This time he is able to get to tag to Brother Mark, and Brother Mark now coming into the ring to do battle with Davey Boy. Mark comes in with a karate chop, and that stuns Davey Boy. Mark's got that redneck kung fu going once again. Here's a springboard cutter, and that puts Davey Boy down. Davey Boy is down. Mark Briscoe with a chance to do some damage here. And he is going to pitch Davey Boy out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And on a roll of 4, that is the double disqualification roll. There is no disqualification in the third fall. So it will be, we will go to odd even. Davey Boy will get the advantage on the even roll. And on a roll of 6, it is Davey Boy who wins the brawl on the arena floor with a diving clothesline off the ring apron. Davey Boy saw him coming and took the initiative. Davey Boy now going for the Tower of London again. The pin roll now will be an 8, which means Jay's got to come in and make the save, and he is able to make the save. So Mark eats the Tower of London. The Briscoes use their last pin save attempt. And now Dynamite Kid becomes the legal man in the ring. The momentum is shifted. It's all in the favor of the Bulldogs now as Mark Briscoe is in trouble. Dynamite Kid going for a tombstone pile driver. This is a choice D maneuver. And on a choice D maneuver, he'll need a roll of 10 or lower to hit the tombstone pile driver. And on a roll of 11, Mark powers out of the tombstone pile driver and is able to take control with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Dynamite Kid, and on a roll of 10, the advantage goes to the man with a better turnbuckle rating. Both men are B. And so it is let's see, you come off, the opponent comes off, better turnbuckle. If both wrestlers have the better turnbuckle rating, the opponent recovers first. So Mark Briscoe recovers, and he's got a chance on level 3 offense. And he is going to pitch Dynamite Kid out of the ring once again, and down to the arena floor we go. we will not see any shenanigans. But instead, on a roll of 6, that is Dynamite Kid with a clean win of the brawl on the arena floor with a DDT onto the concrete floor. Big trouble now for Mark Briscoe, as Dynamite Kid is going to keep action out of the ring. Mark now with a chance for revenge. He is unable to get revenge as Dynamite now drops the throat of Mark Briscoe onto the steel security railing. Dynamite with a chance to seal the deal here, and he goes with a hooking clothesline. Didn't get all of that one, and Mark Briscoe is stunned and able to get back to his feet. Dynamite tries a knee drop. Mark desperately trying to get the defensive tag, and he is able to tag in Brother Jay. Wow, what a sequence for Mark Briscoe. He survived that onslaught. He has still got blood running down his forehead, but he's able to make the defensive tag, and here comes Jay into the ring. Jay and Dynamite duking it out in the center of the ring. Here is Dynamite with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Jay Briscoe, and on a roll of 5, it's Jay with a running shoulder tackle that takes Dynamite down. Jay now going for a Yakuza kick, a choice E maneuver. He'll need a roll of 9 or lower to hit the Yakuza kick, and on a roll of 3, he nails it. And Dynamite Kid is stunned. Dynamite Kid flops into the corner. They come back together again. Now it is Dynamite Kid coming out with a front drop kick off of the turnbuckle. Jay is stunned. Dynamite stays on him with an attempt at a falling headbutt. Jay tries for the defensive tag, cannot get there. Dynamite stays on him and hits a snap suplex. Another beautiful snap suplex executed by the Dynamite Kid. And now it is time for the Bulldogs to have an opportunity at a double team. But on a roll of 11, that is disaster. You and your partner toss the opponent into the ropes for a double clothesline. But instead, he ducks under and double clotheslines both of you. So Jay Briscoe explodes with a double clothesline on both members of the British Bulldogs. Jay now on level 3 offense with a chance to do some damage. He's going up for the death jump. And on a roll of 9, it is Jay nailing Dynamite Kid off of the top rope. Dynamite Kid is down. Jay Briscoe now with a chance to do some damage. And he pitches Dynamite Kid out of the ring. Here we go again. And on a roll of 10, it is Jay Briscoe with a foreign object on the arena floor, whacking Dynamite Kid with a broom. Dynamite Kid not very happy about that. As he gets back into the ring, Jay Briscoe still in control, and now a Death Valley driver executed by Jay Briscoe puts Dynamite back down to the canvas. Jay follows up with another Yakuza kick. Again, he needs 9 or lower to hit that, and on a roll of 6, he hits the Yakuza kick. And Dynamite Kid now with a chance at a defensive tag, cannot get there. Jay back in control. What's he going to do? He's going to try the Yakuza kick one more time, and one more time he hits it. And now it is an opportunity for Brother Mark to come in for a double team. All bets are off here. Mark's still bleeding, but he wants back into this match. And it is Mark now in control, and Mark with a double flapjack that puts Dynamite Kid down. Dynamite Kid desperately crawling to make the tag, and he is able to get there. Wow. Off the double flapjack, that makes Jay Briscoe the legal man in the ring against Davey Boy. And it is Davey Boy who will have the initiative here. And Davey Boy tries to grab a side headlock. I don't know what he's thinking there. But he follows that up with an attempt at a cross body block and takes Jay Briscoe down to the canvas. Davey Boy now tries to prevent Jay from getting out of the ring, and Davey Boy instead with a running drop kick. Misfires on that. Reversal for Jay, and Jay hits a running Hurricane Rana that takes Davey Boy down to the canvas. Can Davey Boy make the defensive tag? Yes, he can. And Dynamite Kid now back into the ring. This match is going on 40 minutes in length, and neither team is ready to surrender as Dynamite Kid hits a snap mare. And Jay Briscoe on the reversal, or on the defensive tag, brings Mark back into the ring. And Mark comes in with a vertical suplex. But Dynamite Kid is able to reverse that and come back with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Mark Briscoe, and on a roll of 6, that's the reversal. as Mark grabs the arm of Dynamite and sends Dynamite into the turnbuckle. And oh, on a roll of 11, it is Mark. It is Dynamite Kid who bounces off the turnbuckle, and Mark wails on him with an incredible neck-breaking clothesline. Mark has put Dynamite Kid down. Mark now going for a brutal suplex. It puts Dynamite Kid back on the mat, and Mark makes the tag back into Brother Jay. Jay Briscoe coming in with a flying cross body block. Jay follows that up with a whip to the ropes. Actually thought better of that, and instead it is going to be Jay with a high press slam, slamming Dynamite Kid down to the canvas. Jay in control now with a high elevation hip toss. That is a tag move. And that brings Mark now into the ring as the legal man. And Mark unleashes with a springboard cutter. Can Dynamite make the tag? No. Mark stays on him. Mark now with a double flapjack move that puts Dynamite back down onto the canvas. Jay now the legal man in the ring. Double team opportunity for the Briscoes, and on a roll of 8, it is an awesome double neck breaker that puts Dynamite Kid back down to the canvas. Jay now still in control, and Jay going with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Dynamite Kid, and on a roll of 6, that's the reversal. And as Jay slams into the turnbuckle, it is Jay who lifts a knee to the head of Dynamite Kid, and Dynamite Kid once again is stunned. And Jay is now in control with another high elevation hip toss. A double team move that brings Mark into the ring as the legal man. Mark now follows that up with a whip to the turnbuckle. And coming off the turnbuckle, it is a big kick delivered by Mark that stuns the Dynamite Kid. And Mark follows that up with a springboard cutter. Dynamite Kid able to execute the reversal and come back with a whip to the turnbuckle of his own. Off the turnbuckle comes Mark Briscoe. But oh, on a roll of 3, that is the attempt at a running shoulder dive, missed by Dynamite Kid. And Dynamite Kid is out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And on the arena floor, it is the best man win rolls, and that goes to Mark Briscoe as the wrestler on offense, and he drop kicks Dynamite over the arena railing and into the crowd. So Mark with a big move there. Dynamite in trouble as he makes his way back to the ring, and Mark's going to hit him with a cutthroat driver. He's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 3, and on a roll of 7, Dynamite is able to kick out. Double team opportunity for the Briscoes, and on a roll of 4, it is a devastating double team move, a slingshot lariat executed by Mark and Jay that adds a point of fatigue to the Dynamite Kid. Jay now in control. Dynamite in some trouble. Jay going up for the death jump. And on a roll of 10, that is the agility struggle. And the agility struggle is won by Dynamite Kid, who knocks Jay off the top rope and down to the canvas. That gives Dynamite Kid a chance for some offense. He's going to try for a Choice D Tombstone Pile Driver. He'll need a roll of 9 or lower to connect on that. And on a roll of 10, Jay powers out of the tombstone. Jay back in control. High elevation hip toss executed by the Briscoes. And that puts Mark back in the ring as the legal man. And now a double flapjack executed. And that's going to give the Briscoe brothers a double team attempt. And on a roll of 2, it's a deadly face first double suplex. Opponent rolls pin. The pin roll here 5 or lower. And on a roll of 6, Dynamite just kicks out. Wow. A very near fall on that occasion, as Mark Briscoe is now in control. And Mark is now going up for the death jump. And on a roll of 9, Mark nails the death jump, coming off the top rope onto Dynamite Kid. Another double team opportunity for the Briscoes here. And this time it is a deadly elbow smash delivered by Jay Briscoe. Jay in control now against the Dynamite Kid, and now another high elevation hip toss puts Dynamite back down onto the canvas and makes Mark Briscoe once again the legal man in the ring. And Mark is going to go with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes the Dynamite Kid, and on a roll of 9, it is a big kick by Mark Briscoe. Followed up by a double flapjack that takes Dynamite Kid back down to the canvas and brings Jay back in as the legal man. And now a high elevation hip toss executed. And that's going to give another opening here for the Briscoes to hit a double team move, and they hit the The deadly elbow smash once again, putting Mark back in control. And Mark now with the springboard cutter puts Dynamite Kid back down onto the canvas. And now another double flapjack executed by the BRISCOEs. That brings Jay back into the ring, but Dynamite Kid showing great resiliency, will not stay down, as it is now Jay Briscoe with a whip to the ropes. And off the ropes on a roll of 12. It is a deadly specialty move executed by Jay Briscoe as he nails Dynamite Kid with a running kick to the head coming off of the ropes. Mark now in control with a somersault plancha. He's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 6. Davey Boy has to attempt the pin save, and on a roll of 5, he is successful in making the pin save. So the match continues, and now both teams have used up all of their pin saves. Dynamite Kid is down. Jay Briscoe is in control, and Jay is going to go for another somersault plancha. Dynamite desperately trying to make a defensive tag, cannot get there. Jay now, they go for the finisher. That is the Spike J Driller. That's a +1 finisher. The pin roll here now 8 or lower. And on a roll of 8, they got him. Wow. A 45-minute match, ladies and gentlemen. Best 2 out of 3 falls as Jay Briscoe wins the final fall with the Spike J Driller. And the Briscoe brothers have won the Patriot Tag Team Championship. How about that? My goodness, what a match, and we are just getting things started. Congratulations to Mark and Jay Briscoe. They are your winners, and once again have regained the Patriot Tag Team Championship. That was literally a 45-minute match. And a number of folks have joined us here. Pops Reviews. Missed me online at the Filsinger convention. Yeah, I missed that as well. I mentioned that at the beginning of the broadcast. Had some family in town last week or yesterday that prevented me from attending the Filsinger convention. So I did miss you folks, but it's great to be back today. Referee James Lawrence III is here, and it is good to see you as well. You know, sorry to disappoint you, Pops, as the Bulldogs come up short. And Bear 805 joins us, and we've still got 2 matches to go here tonight. Much to my dismay, I was hoping to be done by 7 o'clock because I want to watch Forbidden Door, which starts in 10 minutes, but we're going to finish things up here, and then we will tune into Forbidden Door and hopefully catch the action later. But we have still got 2 very important matchups yet to come. The following contest is a #1 contenders match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Barry Windham, of course, holds that championship. And the winner of this match will move on to face Barry Windham in his next title defense at the 4th of July pay-per-view Freedom Festival 2024. I think that's actually going to happen later in July on, I believe, the 13th is when we'll get that on the channel. But now we have a match to get us going. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for 1 fall with no time limit. It is a #1 contenders match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And as a championship match, disqualification rules will be in effect. So these men had best be on their best behavior. Introducing first, out of Benton Harbor, Michigan. He stands at 6'4". He weighs 280 pounds. This is Bobo Brazil. And Bobo is accompanied to the ring by the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, providing backup. And his opponent is a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion looking to regain an opportunity to get another shot at that belt. Accompanied to the ring by Bobby the Brain Heenan. He stands at 6'1". He weighs 243 pounds out of Charlotte, North Carolina. This is the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. So Ric Flair with Bobby Heenan facing off against Bobo Brazil with Dusty Rhodes watching his back. As we say hello to Kamala. Thank you. Excellent three-fall match. That was an excellent match indeed. Loved every second of it. As Bobo and Flair are set to square off. They met once for the World Championship when Flair was champion, and Flair was successful in defending his title. Bobo has worked his way back up into the ranks of contenders, where he is actually the number 2 contender overall, but Flair has to beat Brazil to get a rematch for the World Championship, and we're going to see that match right here tonight with Ric Flair taking the opening initiative role. And Flair comes out and just struts around the ring and gives everybody a woo! As I'm sure everybody in the chat room said woo as soon as Nature Boy Ric Flair was announced. Bobo Brazil is not impressed. They come together again in the center of the ring. Ric Flair foolishly tries a hip toss. That's a power move. And it is Bobo who is able to block the hip toss and just nail Flair right between the eyes with a big hammer punch. And Flair goes down. Flair staggers around the ring and suddenly flops face down onto the ring, stunned from the big hammer punch. Bobo Brazil now in control, and Bobo goes right to the Cocoa Butt. That is a level 0 finisher. We don't need to roll the pin. It's only a 1, but that will assign a point of fatigue to Ric Flair. And Bobby Heenan already has a headache at ringside, and things have just gotten started here as Bobo stays on him, and Bobo hits the Cocoa Butt again. The pin roll now is Snake Eyes, and on a roll of 9, Flair able to kick out. But Bobo already has his man in trouble. Dusty Rhodes slapping the ring apron to encourage his colleague, and Bobo hits yet another Cocoa Butt. Now the pin roll is 3, and on a roll of 10, the Nature Boy Ric Flair able to kick out once again, but with 3 points of fatigue, it's time for Bobby Heenan to do something about it. And on a roll of 6, Heenan trips up the opponent, allowing his wrestler to attack from behind. Heenan's wrestler rolls on level 2 offense. So Heenan pays his dues. He'll have one more opportunity to interfere in this match as Flair has taken control, and it is Flair with a series of thunderous chops. Bobo not impressed by those chops, but those chops sting throughout the arena. And now a somersault knee drop executed by Flair, and that is going to send Bobo out of the ring and down to the arena floor. Out to the arena floor we go, and on a roll of 6, it is Bobo who wins the brawl on the arena floor with a big suplex, pounding Flair into the concrete. Will we see a disqualification here? No. Referee's going to let him fight. Bobo now back in control, and as they come back into the ring, Bobo catches a big bear hug, trying to weaken the Nature Boy. Bear hug applied, Flair struggling to try and get free. And now Bobo is just going to slam Flair down to the canvas. He's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 4. And on a roll of 11, Flair is able to kick out once again. But Bobo has taken control here, and he is weakening Ric Flair severely. And now Bobo hits the Cocoa Butt yet again. The pin roll now is 5. And on a roll of 8, Flair kicks out yet again. Bobo maintaining control with another big bear hug, weakening the Nature Boy. Bobo really keeping the pace of this match slow and just methodically wearing down the Nature Boy, as Nature Boy has already suffered 5 tokens of fatigue, and now it is Bobo with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Flair, and on a roll of 10, it is both men hitting their big specialty moves. Bobo with the better turnbuckle rating smashes Flair between the eyes with another big hammer punch, and Flair goes down once again. Flair now a trickle of blood appearing on his forehead as Bobo takes control. And Bobo now is going to try for the grinding hammerlock. This is a choice G maneuver. Choice G, so he can hit a death jump roll against a B with the agility disadvantage, or he can try for the power move of 7 or lower. And I think in this situation, Bobo is much more likely to go for the power move. So he'll try for the grinding hammerlock on 7 or lower. And on a roll of 4, he is able to execute the grinding hammerlock. And Ric Flair is hurting. Bobo follows that up with a big Bobo body slam down to the canvas again. He goes for the cover. The pin roll is 6. Bobby Heenan comes up for the distraction, and on a roll of 4, Bobby is able to pose a distraction that saves the Nature Boy. But Bobby Heenan is out of ammunition as Dusty Rhodes comes over and grabs Bobby Heenan by the scruff of the neck, sits him down in a ringside chair, and keeps him there. Dusty Rhodes has neutralized Bobby the Brain Heenan as Bobo Brazil remains in control of this match, and he goes to the bear hug once again. Flair may have to submit on a roll of 7 or lower, and on a roll of 12, Flair gouges the eyes of Bobo and escapes the bear hug. Oh my goodness, Bobo staggering around the ring. Flair drops to his knees. He is severely weakened, 7 points of fatigue. Bobo comes back at him. He's going to go for that grinding hammerlock once again on a roll of 7 or lower. He is able to execute that. And Flair is still down on his knees. Flair too severely weakened to respond. And Bobo comes back with another big headbutt. The pin roll here, 8 or lower. And on a roll of 8, he got him. How about that? Ladies and gentlemen, Bobo Brazil has just dominated the Nature Boy Ric Flair. And Bobo Brazil has taken the #1 contenders position for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And Nature Boy Ric Flair is going to have to go back to the bottom of the line. He goes back to the end of the line as he is unable to defeat Bobo Brazil. Bobo Brazil is your new #1 contender to the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And in a couple of weeks at Freedom Festival 2024, it will be Bobo Brazil taking on Barry Windham for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, and Ric Flair will be sitting on the sidelines. Bear 805 very happy about the result of that match, as are many of the fans here in Philadelphia. As Ric Flair goes home disappointed, Bobby the Brain Heenan is distraught as he was unable to guide his man to victory. Thanks in no small parts to the watchful eye of Dusty Rhodes, keeping an eye on Bobo throughout that match and keeping Heenan at bay as Bobo completed the submission victory by way of the bear hug. A tremendous performance by Bobo Brazil in the #1 contenders match, and we'll see Bobo apply his trade against Barry Windham with the title on the line here in a couple of weeks at Freedom Festival 2024. And that brings us to our main event of the evening. We're already 58 minutes into tonight's show. But we are going to finish this, and then we will go watch the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. Little drink of some Diet Cream Soda brought to you by A&W to loosen up the voice box as we prepare for the main event. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is your main event of the evening. It is for the Patriot Heavyweight Championship. It is scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit. Disqualification rules are in effect. Introducing first the challenger. He comes to you from Robbinsdale, Minnesota. He stands at 6'4" and weighs 246 pounds. This is Ravishing Rick Rude. And his opponent is your reigning and defending Patriot Heavyweight Champion. He comes to you from Paradise Valley, Arizona, standing at 6'4", weighing 275 pounds. He is accompanied to the ring by the Grand Wizard of Wrestling. This is Superstar Billy Graham. So Billy Graham carrying proudly the Patriot Heavyweight Championship belt. And Rick Rude glancing at that belt with a lustful eye, wanting to get his hands back on the gold that he once held before it was taken from him by Superstar Graham. As we are ready for the main event here tonight. Championship dice again in effect. The black and gold dice which come into play for any championship match. And as they come together in the center of the ring, it is Rick Rude who takes the opening initiative role. And Rick Rude comes right at Billy Graham with a backbreaker, a choice D maneuver. This will be, gosh, 5 or lower for the power, 10 or lower for the agility move. The agility move is only a level 2, but 10 or lower, we got to take those odds. And on a roll of 6, he does hit the agility move, and Superstar Billy Graham is stunned. Rude comes right back at him with a big suplex, taking Graham up, over, and down to the canvas. Graham getting to his feet, Rude stays on him, and hits another big suplex. Graham again getting to his feet, Rude stays on him. And now it is Rude with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Superstar Billy Graham, and on a roll of 10. That is the running double clothesline. Advantage to the man with a better ring rating, or the better ropes rating. They are tied, so Rick Rude gets the best of the double clothesline, catching Graham off balance and putting him back down to the canvas hard, as Rude now is going to prevent Billy Graham from slipping out of the ring. And Rude instead is going to come back with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Superstar Graham, and on a roll of 9, it is a big kick by Rick Rude that stuns Billy Graham. As we say hello to Ty Board Games. Ty, good to see you, man. It's been a while. Looks like I made it in time for the main event. Good to see you, my friend. As Rick Rude is in control, and Rude now comes back with another big suplex, and this time Graham goes down and stays down. Graham has taken a lot of punishment to that low back, and he is slow to get to his feet after suffering what's probably about the 3rd or 4th big suplex. Rick Rude with a good strategy coming into this match, and now a top rope sledgehammer delivered by Billy Graham, or delivered by Rick Rude, as Graham was slow to get to his feet, and he is taken down to the canvas yet again. Rude now is going to go for the camel clutch, but Graham able to power his way out of the camel clutch, and it is Graham coming back with an attempt at a scoop slam. This is a choice D maneuver, so he will need a roll of 7 or lower to hit the hit the scoop slam, and on a roll of 8, he's unable to do so, as his back gave out on him yet again, and Rude stays on him with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Billy Graham, and on a roll of 4, the first mistake of the match by Rick Rude is he sets his head too soon, and Graham comes off and nails. Rick Rude picks him up and slams him down hard with an awesome pile driver. Graham now in control, and Graham going for the over-the-shoulder backbreaker. That stuns Rick Rude. Rude trying to get back to his feet. Graham tries to stay on him, whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Rick Rude, and on a roll of 3. This time it is Graham setting his head too soon, and Rude comes off with a running knee to the side of the head. Rude back in control, and Rude now going for the Rude Awakening. The pin roll here is 3. And oh, on a roll of snake eyes, he got him. How about that? Just like that, a flash pin by Ravishing Rick Rude. And he has regained the Patriot Heavyweight Championship. Rick Rude with a flash pin on Billy Graham. After a I'm going to have to replay the tape and see how that happened, but Rude hit the Rude Awakening after Billy Graham set his head too soon. So on a roll of snake eyes, that is a flash pin, and on the flash pin chart, I have a flash pin chart for this. We will roll 1 die, and on a roll of 4, it is distraction by an outside event. So Graham got caught by the Rude Awakening, and we'll say that the Grand Wizard was distracted and unable to make the pin save or make the distraction, as Rude pins Graham for the 3 count, and just like that, a new Patriot Heavyweight Champion has been crowned. So both the major Patriot Championships changing hands tonight here in Philadelphia. Rick Rude, your new Patriot Heavyweight Champion, and Mark and Jay Briscoe regaining the Tag Team Championships. So big night here in Philadelphia. 3 actually surprising matches, with Rick Rude getting the win, the BRISCOE brothers getting the win, and Bobo Brazil picking up a surprisingly one-sided victory over the Nature Boy Ric Flair to become the #1 contender for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And that will, yeah, Rude knew I wanted to watch the pay-per-view, so Rude took care of business for me. I think Billy Graham wanted to watch the pay-per-view as well. So congratulations to all of tonight's winners, and thank you to everybody who tuned in here tonight. Kamala, thank you for joining us. Bear805. Thai Board Games. Yes, I do still have these cards on PDF. So if you want to reach out to me on Facebook Messenger or on the Filsinger game boards or email, you know how to find me. Give me your contact information, and I will shoot this PDF over to you lickety-split. Kamala, Bear805. Pops Reviews, Hasim, always good to see you, my man. Referee James Lawrence III, always a privilege. Kathy Evans, Neil Lau, my good friend. Derek Bauman, thanks for tuning in tonight. And so thank you, everybody, for tuning in to tonight's broadcast from Philadelphia. What an exciting show we have seen. This is Dave Little signing off from the Dave Cave. That's our stream, and I am out of here.